Hiking in the wintertime is serious business. Something that's not a big deal in the summer can be catastrophic. So having the proper gear with you is of utmost importance. Hello, my name is Blaine, aka the Plaid Lad, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my winter day hiking loadout. I feel like this is a subject that's not covered super often as far as day hiking in the winter, but the risks are just as big during a day hike as they are during an overnight backpacking trip. So please stay tuned and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way you'll get notified every time that I put up a new video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, first off, we're going to start with the pack I use. I've done a review on this pack before. I'll link it somewhere up in the ether. But this is the Waymark Mile. I use this pack year-round. It holds all my winter stuff with a little bit of room to spare, but it's not overly cumbersome in the summer when I don't have quite as big of a loadout in this thing. So I'm going to start off with all of the exterior pockets and everything, and move on to the interior of the pack. So first and probably most noticeable is this sit pad. I believe I got this from Hilltop Packs. The reason I have the orange one is because in my area, a lot of the places I like to go hiking, a lot of the places that I like to go, hunting is allowed. So this is just to add a little bit of extra visibility for me, but it is also super nice to have if I do decide I want to take a break. That way I don't have to sit on a cold, wet bench. I just fold this bad boy out and take a seat. All right. Smart water bottle. Right now, it's like mid-December. We still have some days where it's like in the 50s where I'm at, but as the winter goes on and it starts to plummet closer and closer to zero, I probably won't take this as much. And I also have the Waymark water bottle pocket. And as it gets colder as well, I will swap this out for a insulated Nalgene pouch similar to what I have on my backpacking pack, which I showed in my most recent video. So that's water bottles. I always carry a little thing of hand sanitizer here on the shoulder if I have to stop and relieve myself. That way I just have this handy, good to go. And then I do still use the Chicken Tramper Gear cell phone pocket. It fits my phone super well, and this stretchy mesh pocket on the front I'll use to hold snacks, lip balm, sometimes my headphones. That's more so in the summer. I keep the headphones case in a pocket. I use AirPods, so it has the charging case. But a lot of uses for that pocket there. On this compression strap here, I have, actually I just got this, I haven't even used it yet, but this is a Mora knife Basic 511. It's a fixed blade knife. I've been using fixed blade knives on the last few of my backpacking trips, and I've really enjoyed using them, and I think it's a good thing to have a substantial knife just in case you do end up staying outside longer than you plan, longer than you anticipate. So it will come in handy, not just for self-defense, but for processing firewood if I end up spending a night out there I didn't intend to. So the next item that I have is I'm gonna put this down for a moment. So yeah, in the side pocket, I keep a little Tokes titanium mug. I believe this is a 375 or a 350 milliliter, but I keep a mini Bic lighter in there and a little cat can stove and little thing of hot lips. This way I can make some hot cocoa out on the trail, and I carry a little bit of alcohol fuel in a little bottle in the same sack and everything. So I think it's important to have something that you can actually boil water in, especially in the wintertime, because if you can get a fire going, you could melt some snow to get yourself some water if all of the water is frozen around you. So I think that it's a pretty good thing to have something that's capable of boiling water with you for the wintertime. Okay, so next up is the front or back, depending on who you are. I call it the front. Lycra stretch mesh pocket. First thing up is a poop kit. I have a little Dyneema bag from Hilltop Packs for all of my stuff. And I basically keep my summer kit intact. So, you know, I have a trowel, hand sanitizer, chafe stick, hand soap. But the only thing that I add to it for the wintertime is this little Biffy bag. This is so that way if I have to go number 2, I can carry it out and dispose of it safely and responsibly, because when the ground freezes, digging a hole is just not a viable option. So if you can't bury your crap, pack it out. Next item, I don't even remember what this one is called, but I have an old North Face jacket, rain jacket. It's pretty big. I bought it before I lost all of my weight. I lost 80 pounds. So it's pretty big and baggy on me, but that's why I like it for the winter time. It has room for layers underneath of it. It's not lightweight at all, but it's tough. And it has a lot of features I really like. It has armpit zips, and I think it might even have a Napoleon pocket too. I haven't actually had to wear this thing in a while. Maybe I'm wrong about the Napoleon pocket. But yeah, I really like having a good rain jacket with me. I'm looking into some possible lighter options, but for just a day hike, this is pretty good as a wind shell. And if it's like a wetter, sleetier snow, I'll throw this bad boy on. All right, and lastly, in the front stretch Lycra pocket, I keep a little blaze orange beanie that's pretty lightweight and breathable. I just found this at like a gas station. And then I have a orange safety vest. Again, hunting is allowed where I'm at, so this is just to add a little bit more visibility for me in those areas. In the zippered pocket on the front, I keep a couple of hot hands. So I have the hand ones and the toe ones with me. Always a good thing to have. I always carry tent stakes with me. I rarely ever use these on a day hike, but sometimes they've come in handy, like if I bring a hammock with me and I want to do the pullouts and stuff with me, those come in handy. I carry just a little extra ring of shot cord. I use these with the Dutch ware ringworms, and I found that they have a lot of other uses. Like I tie this as a prusik knot onto a lot of things. Haven't used it a ton on a day hike. Let me see here. This is another little Z-Packs Dyneema sack zipper pouch thing, and this is my first aid kit. There's nothing too crazy in here. Some tick twisters, band-aids, some painkillers, that kind of stuff. And I have some cotton balls soaked in Vaseline as well, as a backup fire starter. Oh wow, I have another thing of matches. I don't know why I have 2 things of matches. I'm gonna take one of these out. Let's see here. Another shot cord loop, little Dutch ware carabiner Sometimes having a carabiner comes in handy for lashing things to the outside of a pack. This doesn't have a ton of attachment points, but it's better than nothing. I have another carabiner. So these are weight-bearing carabiners, just in case. So that's why I have these ones in particular with me. And then I just have a little Swiss Army knife, just because it has things like tweezers and scissors and things like that. It's a good little multi-tool knife that weighs almost nothing and takes up virtually no room in my pack. And I also carry around this speed hook from Apex Giant, which is owned by Hilltop Packs. I just started carrying this around recently, but this is so that way if I ever want to like hang my pack up on a tree or something, I just wrap this around the tree and hang that up, and it works pretty good. All right, so that covers, oh, last thing I have is just a little Bluetooth thermometer. I like knowing the temperature, knowing how my layering system is performing as I'm doing my day hikes, because I apply what I learn to my backpacking trips. Which is a good reason why being a day hiker makes you a better backpacker. I have made a video about that in the past, and I will link that also up in the ether. You're welcome in advance. Okay, now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the interior of the pack. So I do use a pack liner year-round. Just a good idea to keep all your stuff safe. All right, so first thing here, this is my little Dyneema zipper pouch ditty bag. I believe I got this from Z-Packs. And in here, I keep a little bit of extra cordage. This is Reflect It from Dutchware. I keep some Aquamira tablets, gear patch kit, micro USB cable, some fire starters. This is Pyro Putty from Outdoor Vitals. It's okay as a fire starter. It's not my favorite, but in an emergency situation, it'll get the job done. I keep a couple of extra smart water bottle caps. I have some wet wipes, 5,000 milliamp hour battery bank. Now I usually have this pretty well insulated. Like I have this bag kind of mixed in with my clothes, so that way when I'm out for a day hike, this doesn't get too cold and the battery doesn't get zapped. Like I've been carrying this around so far in below freezing temperatures, and as you can see, the battery's still completely full. But that's just a little Anchor battery bank. Keep some matches. These are stormproof, windproof matches. Lightning cable for my iPhone. And a gasket for Sawyer Squeeze, just an extra one. In the summertime, I usually carry around a Sawyer Squeeze in my day pack with me. That's just in case I lose that gasket. Okay, so next thing I have here is a set of rain pants. These are the ones from Z-Packs. Again, this is just to be mostly a wind block for me. If I need it, I rarely do. I usually hike in pants that will block wind a little bit, but it's good to have an extra layer because that does trap in a good bit of heat too. So in an emergency situation, that could come in handy. I also carry around a little microfiber towel. I believe this is from Hammock Gear, but this way if I ever get wet, I can dry myself off. It's not like a full-on like bath towel or anything, but it is something I could use to pat myself dry, get some of that moisture off of me if I were to ever, say, fall through some ice or anything like that. Okay, next thing I have here inside the pack is this little Z-Packs wind shirt. I have the exact same one in blue that I keep in my backpacking kit, but this is again just to block wind and trap a little heat. It's another layer, and also with it being orange, if I were to get stuck out there, I could put this on and be a little bit more noticeable towards rescuers. Next, I carry a set of insulated mittens. Mittens are warmer than gloves. They're not as good for working around camp, but they will keep your hands nice and toasty warm. These are from REI. I bought these a couple years ago, but they're a nice little set of choppers. So I will keep those as like my heavy duty gloves in case I ever need those if the gloves that I'm currently wearing just aren't cutting it. Alright, then I carry a extra beanie. Carry around a little extra fleece. This is from Columbia. This is just a super lightweight. I think it only weighs like 8 ounces and it's like a 2XT. Again, it's just an added insulating layer. I'm usually hiking in a couple of layers, so I don't go crazy carrying a ton of extra huge insulated layers, just smaller insulating layers like that. I carry a extra set of Darn Tough socks, just in case mine end up getting wet. Let's see. I have these are just cheapo from Amazon base layers. I don't know why I bought green. I'm not a huge fan of green. So I keep these in my day pack at all times. That way if I do ever get wet, I have a good base layer, so after I dry myself off with a microfiber towel, I can put these on and start getting a little bit warmer. Let's see here, what else do I get? Oh, I have a ankle brace and a knee brace. Pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes I do put on the knee brace. And then I have a set of these Under Armour liner gloves as another set of gloves as well. Keeping hands and feet warm is super important. Let's see here. Last but not least, I have a 2-person emergency blanket. And then I do also have this little tent. I've never actually set it up, but it's basically made out of the same material as the emergency blanket. And this is, in case I do end up having to spend a night out there, I can pitch this little tent. It comes with a little bit of cordage. You just tie the cordage to a couple of trees, set this out over the line, and it's like a little triangle shape thing. So it's like a lightweight, it's like 8 ounces, little emergency shelter. So I'll carry this to help keep some wind off of me, and then I'll have this as well to help trap some more heat. So hopefully I never have to use either of these, but I'm glad to know I have them just in case. So that covers everything that I carry inside my pack. So this is the Chicken Tramper Ultralight Gear 4-liter fanny pack. I went with the 4-liter for the winter time. I don't use this one in the summer. I've only been using it for a couple months, but I've been really liking it so far. It has one big zipper compartment. So the reason I do a fanny pack is there's some things that I just want to have handy. It's not necessarily to bring more stuff, it's just to have stuff I want quick access right in front of me so I don't have to take my whole pack off and dig through it and all of that. So normally I hike in these gloves, these little convertible mitts, because I can easily vent these out if my hands start to get too warm. Now these keep me pretty warm down into the 20s, but once we start getting into the teens, sometimes I need another set of gloves. So I do carry, I just bought these at like Meijer, these little like hunters. I think they're acrylic gloves. So that's to layer underneath of those. I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So yeah, kind of like that. And then that's super warm. For when I'm moving, that's adequate. So keeping my hands and feet warm very seriously. Next thing is this little neck gaiter that I got at Grand Teton National Park this summer. I just keep this in my fanny pack because sometimes when I'm heading out the door and I'm in a rush, I'll forget to put on my neck gaiter, and this helps keep my face warm and my neck warm, so I will keep this handy just in case I get a chill on the trail, realize I don't have my neck gaiter, and then I have something that I can put on. And I carry around a headlamp. So this is the Nightcore NU32. I bought this before I had heard of the NU25, and I bought the NU25 and put this in my day packing kit. It's bigger, it's bulkier, but it's a little bit more waterproof. It's still USB rechargeable. It has the feature where you press on the button, it locks it, so you gotta press both of these, and then you can turn it on. But it has a few different brightness settings, and it has a red light feature as well. So it has pretty much everything that I would want in a headlamp. So I'd like to keep that handy in front of me just in case I end up getting stuck out there longer than I thought and the sun starts to go down. And then I do carry around these little cheapo, I got these from REI, they were like $13 sunglasses, just because when it is a sunny day in the wintertime and all of that sun is reflecting off of the snow, it can hurt your eyes, so I will hike with the sunglasses on when it's super bright out. Let's see here. I also carry a little fire steel. Never used this one, but just in case. For a guy who sucks at making fire as much as I do, I carry a lot of fire making stuff. Backup of pyro putty, just in case for some reason I got separated from my pack, but I still have the fanny pack. That's the thought process behind that. Let's see here. I have a little pocket bellows, so that way if I do end up making a fire, I can, or I had the wrong way, haha. Feed my fire with oxygen with a little pocket bellow. Just because I bought a 2-pack, because that's the only way I could get it, and I figured I'd put one in the backpacking kit and one in the day hiking kit. I carry another little mini Bic lighter, and that covers just about that. And the last thing that I always take with me are my Black Diamond Trail Ergo trekking poles. I've been using these for over a year. These are the best trekking poles I have ever used. Absolutely love them. They can take a beating. I haven't had to replace any tips or anything on these. One of them got a little bit bent this summer, but I still handled all the mountains in Virginia just fine. So these are a solid piece of gear. Okay, so that calls it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of all of this, and I will see you all on the next one.